All right, I'm just starting this early. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Come and get your love. Hello, people who might be joining. I'm just waiting on some of the others to show up. We're going to be doing a get-together here in a few minutes from Eager, Oklahoma. And if the music's too loud, let me know. I have constant noise in my house because that's who I am as a person. So today, I don't have any super impressive skills. It's going to be basic stuff. Teach you how to make peanut butter pill pockets for dogs. They don't take very long at all. Super simple, and you can keep them in your refrigerator. Some almond flour ricotta. If people would like to learn how to make almond flour ricotta, it takes just a couple of minutes and a few ingredients. Almond milk from almond butter, takes next to no time. If Josh shows up and we have time, I can teach her how to make those cloth flowers that I passed out at the last protest or the last demonstration. I can make dairy-free hot chocolate with the almond milk that we make from the almond butter. So just a couple simple things that don't take a whole lot of tools or a whole lot of ingredients, actually. Super simple to make. Hi, people showing up. And if anybody wants to come up and join me as a guest, you are welcome to, because I will rattle and sing along and make noise otherwise, and I don't know how interesting I actually am as a person. So, let's see who all we got here. Oh, hey, Rafif and Haneen. I hope that you guys are able to stay dry and you guys are getting your needs met. If they comment, y'all, go follow them on their page. They're one of the families that I help make videos for, so good people there. I hope that you get to stand in your kitchen someday too. What's happening over there is not okay, so y'all, once again, Rafif and Haneen, go click on that comment, follow them, do everything you can for that family. And if I pronounce their names wrong, I'm so sorry. I am the most horrible name pronouncer on the planet. I will just say that out loud. And that's if I remember names, because I will remember a face and I will remember what you eat and drink, but I will not remember your name for the life of me sometimes. It's not good. Not a good thing to have. So yeah, let me send this to one more place. I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. Had to go share inside Eager group so people knew where the link was to make it in. So yeah, I guess the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about Eager real fast. Eager is European Americans Growing, Engaging, and Relearning. It is a deconstructing and pro-humanity group where we learn primarily from Black, Brown, and Indigenous educators. We have an educator every week that we promote. This week is Show Me Your Mask. Birdie is an Indigenous creator who does a lot of informational stuff and research and teachings on the Indian boarding schools. So that's this week's educator. We have been helping raise funds for groceries, so that is something that you can definitely do. You'll find the Eager in my bio. Joineager.com is the website where you can find all the information. We have different educators. Kokai is one, Taz is one, Matthew Reynolds is one, that are SETI educators within that group, and they are all Black educators. So we very, very much appreciate them, and you should always, when possible, pay your educator, especially those three, because they do a lot. We have different initiatives that are pro-humanity, so there's a lot of community building within Eager where we help each other with fundraising. Like, I'm trying to raise funds to take a class to start my own food truck, and that class would give me the help with writing out the business plan and making connections and some of the more background knowledge of building a business that I don't have. Things like that. There are initiatives in there to help people get cars, people with housing, stuff like that. There's a lot going on. So Eager, fantastic place. You can find the link for Eager in my bio. So yeah, let's get into today's oh, hey Joss, welcome in. I'm not sure if it's okay. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't ever go live, so this might be chaos, and we're okay with that. Hey Jared, hey Sabrina. AJ's been hanging out with me for a hot minute. Hey Luna, I saw you pop in. So hey everybody, I see my Eager people starting to filter in now, so welcome to Oklahoma Chaos. So first thing, because I have to make him anyways for my dog, he's currently at the vet, so I don't have my dog here with me right now. Peanut butter pill pockets. And it's literally just oats that you blend into flour. You can take any blender, and I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to use the blender for something else, but you just literally pour some oats in your blender and you let it go. And sure, if you want to, you can come on up, or if anybody else wants to come up, and it's fine. I am not good at rattling alone for an hour. So. But yeah, just take some oats, any rolled oats, pop them in a blender, blend them until they are a flour. So, and you can store it in an airtight container. I go through a lot of this because my dog takes 6 pills a day. So we go through a lot of pill pockets. And by the way, I live in a slum, so if we see bugs, it happens. I'm aware. I do not share food with people outside of my house. It's a known issue. I'm just gonna throw that out there at the beginning because I know I live in a slum. For peanut butter pill pockets, you are going to want a container to mix stuff in. And you're going to want a tablespoon. And you're going to use the same tablespoon for all of your measuring. And we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of your oat flour that you blended. And then what I do is I take water next. I keep forgetting I have to do it over here, not over my sink. A little over a tablespoon of water I found works better to keep it the thing moist, and you're going to get a spoon to kind of stir stuff around as you go. And then peanut butter. Make sure it is xylitol free. Xylitol is harmful to dogs, so you want as few ingredients as possible. Oh, thanks, Luna. I have my music playing in the background because I have to have noise, and I have all my windows open. Y'all probably don't want to hear any of the fights that might break out outside because that happens here. Maybe if I can get the lid back on. When you can get the lid back on your jar of peanut butter, you'll make it faster than I will. So you just put the peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, in with your 2 tablespoons of oats and 1 tablespoon of flour. Oh, sorry. In my playlist, I always have Nina Simone's Strange Fruit playing after that song because a lot of people don't know what Strange Fruit is. But I don't know that TikTok will let me play that song all the way through. And I'm not actually up for getting my live canceled right off the bat. If you don't have that song in your playlist, you should go hear that entire song. It is a heartbreaking song. So anyways, peanut butter pill pockets. We got our peanut butter, we got our oats, we got our water, and from here we mix until it comes into a dough. It doesn't usually take very long. Alright, once you have a good dough going, it is going to be sticky, but I find it firms up faster in my hand. So you're just going to take it and you're going to knead it until it becomes more dough-like. And it is messy. The best things are messy though, aren't they? What is with this co-host stuff? Is that like those TikTok battles that I see that are weird and I don't enjoy? Okay, yeah, we're not doing any of those weird co-hosting stuff. So, see how it's already becoming less sticky? You'll know it's ready whenever it no longer is coating your hands. Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, Joss, because I don't... Lives make me feel weird and uncomfortable. I think it's because I don't actually like to look at myself, let alone on camera. So it is what it is. Once you have the dough kneaded down, you're literally going to make sure you have a container because you want to keep these in the fridge. Different people will tell you different things, so I'll show you how I do it because I'm lazy and I wash my hands before I do stuff. Like I washed my hands before I started all this. I just shape it on my pinky like that. Then I have a pill pocket. People who are not me will take a chopstick or a skewer or a straw or something else and they will poke it and then make a bigger cavity that way. But it takes a lot more work and a lot longer than me shaping it on my pinky, so I shape it on my pinky. And you're probably going to see me wash my, or hear me wash my hands a lot. I've actually been made fun of for that in the past, so it is what it is. Alright. I will finish these out later because it's something that I just sit and watch TV doing. But you just keep them in it, and I save all of my old containers. I can't have dairy, so good feta crumbles work well on tacos too. Because I don't think that dairy-free Cojita cheese, or however you pronounce it, is a thing. So there's that. But that's all there is to dog pill pockets. Like, once you have those in your container, you just put your pills in them and pinch them closed and give them to your dog. My dog looks forward to his medication every day. So, yeah, that's peanut butter pill pockets for dogs. Super simple. And also, speaking of dogs, like, I didn't drag out everything because it takes so long for nothing that you're going to see the results of. But if you have a dehydrator or if you have an oven, you can put your oven on warm setting and get something to pop it open just an inch or two, and put your thin sliced potatoes, sweet potatoes on there, and just dry them to the deep dried level. Like, my dog likes some potato chip crispy, so I make mine thin cut and put them in my dehydrator. But if your dog likes chewy, make them thicker. It's simple, costs the cost of a sweet potato to make a bag full of treats that way. So there's that. Another thing that is Speaking of our little friends here, there's one of them. Anyways, sorry. That's why my containers all have lids on them, because of those friends. So, almond butter is all you need to make almond milk. That's it. And this almond butter came from Aldi's, and it does have palm oil, but it's just almonds and palm oil. I think palm oil is the stabilizer here. Which, check your almond milks that you buy. You're gonna have a lot more in there than just that. So, all you need from here is a blender and a measuring spoon, which I forgot to grab out. So, this I learned from Miyoko, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, Shiner, I don't know. Anyways, she has a craft cheese or a cookbook that you can buy. She was the founder of Miyoko's Creamery that got pushed out a couple years ago and unfortunately lost the bid to buy her company back recently. But you are going to, yeah, it's really sad. She got pushed out of her own company, and then they had to take the highest bid, which was not hers, because they're filing for bankruptcy. So she could not get her own company back. So I look forward to see what she actually does in the future, and I hope she's highly successful. But I learned this from her. It's 1 tablespoon of almond butter to 1 cup of water. So you're just going to take it and put it in your blender. And I'm going to make 2 cups because we're going to make hot chocolate, and I have giant coffee cups. So all right, once all that's in a blender, we are then going to get 2 cups of water. Right here. And for anybody who's got ounce measuring cups, like this one is just in ounces, 8 ounces is 1 cup, 16 ounces is 2 cups. So 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of almond butter, and it's going to get loud here. I apologize because I have an old blender. And we're going to let that go for just a few moments. Sorry about the noise level. The longer it goes, the more emulsified it'll become, so you don't have to do as much stirring. Alright, and you can let it go longer if you like, and if you don't want, there's some sediment, sorry, I can't English very well, but if you look, there's some sediment in here. You can get a nut bag and you can filter that out if you would like. If you don't want it, I'm not doing anything real fancy with this. I'm just going to turn this into hot chocolate. So, but what you do is once you have that made, you can store it in any container. And you know, I have a philosophy that since I have to make most of my own food from scratch because of my food allergies, I like my food to look pretty, so I spent the extra 50 cents on a pretty looking carafe. Spend the extra couple of cents to make it look nice for yourself. It's worth it in the long run. Please do not deny yourself nice things because you don't have money for fancy things. Spend an extra 50 cents for something that looks the way you want it to look. That's my life advice. But yeah, now we have almond milk. And all we needed was almond butter and water. So if you're ever out of almond milk and you're in a pinch, there you go. It doesn't take a whole lot of work. Let me get this out of the way. And yes, this is as big as my kitchen is. So my dining room has a lot of storage in it for my kitchen stuff. So, you like that, Joss? Yeah, almond milk is such an easy thing to make in a pinch. So I highly recommend that. And while that is actually, we're gonna do two things right now because hot chocolate takes a minute. So I'm gonna kind of shift the camera a little. There we go. Like I said, I have big coffee cups, so I'm gonna use the whole 2 cups in here real fast. And you don't need a very big pot. You just need a little pot for hot chocolate. And I put mine on medium high so it can take its time heating up. And I don't necessarily like cocoa powder in mine. I don't like the powdery chalky feel that it gives hot chocolate a lot of times. So we're making Amy style hot chocolate. If you want it a little bit creamier, put cocoa powder in there. I just do straight hot chocolates, and I have a jar addiction. Like, I keep all of my jars and repurpose them. So spaghetti sauce is now hot chocolate chips. And I measured this with handfuls. So I put 3 handfuls of chocolate chips for 2 cups of water, which is roughly 4 tablespoons, I think. Yes. We had this whole discussion, Joss, so many jars. Joss has seen like my jar corner. It's bad. It's an obsession. For hot chocolate, you can use any sweetener you like. I use sugar, and I use a tablespoon per cup. So 2 tablespoons of sugar, and yes, I know that's not hot yet. That's okay. I don't need it to be hot. Vanilla, I use vanilla paste. You can use whatever vanilla you like. It doesn't take a whole lot. About 1/4 of a teaspoon to 1/2 teaspoon. And I'll let that melt off just a little bit. And then, if you like yourself, salt. Salt will make it sweeter and give it a little bit more flavor than without salt, and just sprinkle some in. And I put cinnamon in mine. I don't know what everybody else puts in their hot chocolate, but I season mine with cinnamon. And that's probably about 1/2 teaspoon. Most people aren't weird like me. Maybe 1/4 teaspoon for most people. But that's all I do for hot chocolate. And then I get a whisk and occasionally pop through and whisk this. So we're gonna let that start to do its thing. Alright, we're gonna leave the hot chocolate alone for right now. Give it a few minutes. Almond flour ricotta. This is so simple. So if you are dairy free and you don't want to spend the excessive charges on stuff for making lasagna or for making stuffed shells, things like that. So if you're vegan, if you can't have dairy, if you're just not in the mood for dairy, I have served these to people and they're like, oh, I didn't realize it wasn't actually fully ricotta because it should be creamy. I do not have dairy-free yogurt, and very rarely do I have dairy-free yogurt, so you can use dairy-free unsweetened milk. You can use water. I'm just going to use water today because I'm going to turn it into stuffed shells later. So it's going to be 2 cups of almond flour and Store brand is fine. It doesn't have to be super fine or finely sifted. It just has to be almond flour. And this is a 1/2 cup measuring cup. So I'm going to use 4 of these. All right. Probably should have gotten a bigger bowl, but that's okay. And then because of where I live, we have to make sure everything is sealed as we go. And if you ever see how stained some of my tank tops get, it's because I apparently cook like I fling stuff around everywhere, as you can tell. So, cook with joy. Season your ricotta. Trust me, season your ricotta, because if you don't, it just tastes like bland, watery almond flour and you're not going to enjoy it. So for this, I'm going to throw in some basil, a lot of basil, crushed red pepper, because I want that kick later on. Ground mustard, because it's going to give it a little bit of that flavor that cheese has. You can put nutritional yeast in this. A lot of people will tell you nutritional yeast. Yeah, your kitchen's a disaster all the time too. I'm glad I'm not solo in that. But I don't like nutritional yeast, so I use mustard. You're supposed to use fresh lemons. I don't have money to keep buying fresh lemons on repeat, and this cost me $2. So we're going to squeeze some lemon juice in here to your liking. It says 1 whole lemon. I put roughly 2 tablespoons because I like mine sour for later. And then we're going to do 1/2 cup of liquid. And like I said, mine is just water. Alright. Now we just mix and mix. And it's going to feel really dry. You can always add more liquid in. But see how much you can get mixed in first before you do that. And I don't know how people wear white in doing cooking demonstrations, because I have gotten, I think, everything I've made on me so far. So, okay, yeah, here we go. You can start seeing it getting that consistency that we want of ricotta. And you can add more liquid if you like a wetter ricotta, or you can keep it kind of dry like this. I'm going to add a little bit more water. And I do a lot of measuring with my heart. A lot of measuring with my heart. All right. And now you want to let this set and like firm up. It takes about 5 minutes to an hour. And you will have perfectly functional ricotta for your lasagna or your stuffed shells or for whatever you need. It didn't take much time. It was just the cost of seasonings, a lemon, and some almond flour. So, let me get a lid for that real fast. I forgot to grab one out. All right. And don't forget your hot chocolate. When it starts to boil, it'll boil fast, so I should have been paying a little bit more attention. Y'all ready? My favorite mug that my friend Melissa gave me. We're gonna pour it all over our existing mess. All right, and there we have hot chocolate that we even made the milk for ourselves just now. So, I'm gonna let that cool. Should probably not eat that right off the bat. Let me get this cleaned up before it dries onto the burner. So while I'm doing this, as a reminder for people who weren't here when I first started, this is in celebration of EAGR, and EAGR is European Americans Growing, Engaging, and Relearning. And so we are a pro-humanity and deconstructing from racism group. So if that's something that interests you, you can find the information in my bio. Join eager.com. We do a lot of initiatives from Pay Your Educator, which is our primary focus, to things like helping people with getting groceries currently. We're wrapping that one up here and trying to get the last families off of our list that we promised to help. Helping each other out with different initiatives, housing, bills, things like that. We do a lot with educating in classes and stuff like that. Advertise a lot of classes that you can take from Black, Indigenous, Brown, other creators and teachers, stuff like that. So that is what EAGR is, and that's what today's in celebration of. So since I'm the only person in the Oklahoma category right now, we're doing TikTok Live. There's other events throughout the day within EAGR for people that are part of EAGR. So if that is something that is you're passionate about, please check out joineager.com and join us. And sorry, I had to kill another one of our crawly friends. So yeah, that is EAGR. And so far today, we have made peanut butter pill pockets for dogs. We have made almond milk, hot chocolate, and almond flour ricotta. And we still have 30 minutes left. So let's see what else we can learn today. Let's see here. Put that in there. Let me clean up the counter real fast. Okay. All right. Now that I got a clean counter to work with, Joss had asked about the flowers that I made for the protest. So let's make those because they're stupidly simple to make. I used skewers like you would use for a barbecue because that's what I had available to make that day, and we like free. So you'll need some sort of stem, whether it be skewers, chopsticks, dowels, things, anything like that. You'll want some hot glue, which I will go ahead and get that heating up. Needle and thread, scissors, and cloth. And this is a cloth that I have been using for Christmas presents. So later on, if some of you guys see this as part of your Christmas present, you'll know. And you're going to want to cut about 2.5 inches of cloth. And normally I would measure this better, but today we are measuring with our heart. And it doesn't have to be perfect, so hey hope! And then from here we are literally just going to fold it up on itself like this, so that way we have edges to cut. And it takes some. These actually don't take very long. Making 50 of them took a little bit of time, but like making just a couple together doesn't take long at all. You'll want about roughly 2 feet, give or take, depending on the size of the flower that you're making. And I know that 2 inches is going to seem like a really, really lot. But from here, and I'm going to have you guys face down for just a minute. From here, we're going to take that cloth that we just folded together, and we're literally going to cut it into points. Like, the tutorial I learned this from was making roses, and I guess you can do the rounded ends, but I kept not getting them to come out right. So I made up my own rules, and I started making pointy flowers. Okay, so now we have that. You should have something that looks like this, and if you get to points where it didn't separate out very well, you can just take your scissors and cut them apart. There we go. Now we are going to get some thread. Where's my scissors? And if you don't need a threader, fantastic, I do. So we are going to thread our needle real fast. And I'm going to knot one into this thread. All right. We have our thread. We have our petals. And you're literally just going to start on this side where the things are. And you're just going to make a running stitch all the way through. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. This just makes them bunch up together. So now we're halfway through. All right. And then we're just going to keep doing this till we make it all the way to the end. And I don't know why my hands aren't working so well today. I mean, I do. I have several chronic illnesses, but they're being a little extra today. And whatever you do, don't do like I just did and get it bunched up into the thread so that you have to pull it back out. Here we go. And notice how that's just like bunching up there at the bottom as I go. That's what we're looking for, is it to bunch up like that. So and I'm sure there's better ways that people will show you on how to like fold it on a stick or whatever. I don't know those methods. I couldn't get any of those methods to work, so I created my own method. So yeah, weather affects me too. We've been having a lot of up and down weather changes here. Like today's high is 83, but I'm leaving all my windows open because I don't have to turn the air conditioner back on in November, money. Mother Nature, I need you to stop punishing me for others. All right. So now that we have all this bunched together like this, I keep the thread and I just use the same strand and I start looping it in on itself. And then I just sew the bottom together. I'm a little jealous of those 65 degrees. That must be nice. 80 is a little excessive in November. All right, and you can pass this through as many times as you want. I try to make sure that I have enough threads. And this is upholstery thread, by the way. Use a sturdy thread for this. That way you can tug and do whatever you need to do to hold it together as you go without fear of snapping the thread. All right. And now just tie it off however you choose to. I should probably update my playlist again soon. All right. Now we have a flower bud, or a flower bloom, and we are going to take our skewer and poke it right into the middle. And if you want, you can cut the pointy sharp piece off so you don't poke yourself. But now you have a flower, and all you have to do from here is take some hot glue and give this a little bit of time to dry. So we're going to set this off to the side. And now, for those leaves that I made, they were super hard. Ready? Grab whatever paper you have available and cut out a random leaf shape. And then, do I have a pen or anything? Yes. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. Then you write whatever you want on the leaf, legibly, preferably. So we've got joineager.com. And because the protest, or the demonstration I went to wasn't really a protest, let's be for real. It was raining, and did I grab tape? Hold on. I thought I had grabbed a roll of tape, but I did not. I'll be right back. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry woman who racist and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jill Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell. I don't know where I put my tape, so we're just going to get a new roll. Get some tape. Put your leaf on the tape and fold it back over itself. And now you have a laminated leaf that you can cut out. So if you're ever looking at waterproofing your paper stuff to go to a demonstration outdoors and it might be wet, this is how we do it. Yeah, I enjoy a lot of the older Revolution music, to be honest. Okay. So now that we have this, we are literally just going to kind of fold it in half like this real fast. And, or you can do it like this. Either way, depends on how you want the leaf to hang off it. But you're just going to make 2 slits. And then by now, the glue should be mostly dry on your flower to hold it in place and keep it from unraveling on the stem. And you can poke the leaf right on in there. And you now have your flower. It shouldn't be too difficult, hopefully. It's something that you can do with kids if they're good with needle and thread. Or you can just do sitting in a chair like I did, watching TV for a day. So that's how I made those 50 flowers that I passed out. But yeah, that's everything I had prepared for today, at least. Was there anything that you guys want to talk about for the last 15 minutes or so? It's good hot chocolate, by the way. And with the hot chocolate, or with the chocolate chips instead of the cocoa powder, it's got a thickness to it instead of a creaminess. So that's why I do the chocolate chips. I don't like that powdery thing. This was, I agree, Joss. I had a lot of fun doing this. I don't know that I'll go live too often, but this was a lot of fun just to hang out and show a few basic things that don't take many items or effort at all to do. Notice a lot of the same things went in a lot of this stuff. So, but yeah. Any questions? I'm glad it was informative. Hi, Andy. I don't know who Andy is. Or do I know Andy? Oh, hi, Andy. Yes, the cheese was almond flour. And it's literally 2 cups of almond flour, half a cup or so of, I used filtered water. You can use almond, or you can use whatever, non-dairy milk. You can use yogurt, whatever. And then 1 lemon squeezed, or like a teaspoon of lactic acid, or I used a lot of concentrated lemon juice. Oh, my dog's name, we just call him Bubba. I don't give out his name publicly because that's an answer to security questions. So, but yeah, Bubba is what he usually gets called. So you might hear me say Bubba a lot, or Stinky Face, or Sir Fluffy Butt. Whatever names we all call our dogs randomly. But yeah, if you make the almond flour ricotta, Joss, please, please, please put seasoning in there. Use salt, use like Italian seasoning or basil. I put red pepper flakes in mine because I'm going to make spicy stuffed shells later. All of that. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Maybe next time if we do this again in the wintertime, I'll make a soup when we can hang out and make soup together. Yes, lots of spices, herbs. You can put olive oil in there and give it that little bit of olive oil kick. It's there's a lot of ways that you can doctor up that almond flour, and I got that recipe originally from 1 Hour Dairy-Free Cheese. So, and as you can tell, I use this cookbook on a fairly regular basis, so that is kind of cool. It has pictures and instructions, but yeah. Oh, speaking of eager, since we have a few minutes left, I'll be right back. Okay. So, things that Eager has done together. Know Your Revolutionary Role course workbook. The Angry Proletariat on TikTok, she did this workbook. I cannot recommend it enough. If you are somebody who's looking at finding your place in doing activism work, this is a good start. And not only does it go over like different roles and stuff like that that you can do, when you get to the back, it has different guided activities that you can do in groups. It has coloring pages that you can also use as ideas for posters. It's got all kinds of stuff. So I cannot recommend this enough. It goes over successful and unsuccessful movements in the past. So yeah, that is something I highly recommend. Another one that we are doing through Eager that I am working with people is the Empathy Gap. Eager did a 60K in the below Substack and TikTok live presentation with Tammy Triolo. Sorry, I told you I'm terrible with names. But Tammy is the author of this book, and that was a fantastic live. And I strongly recommend this book if you are doing a deconstruction journey. Books that I have gotten: A People's History of the United States that I have started reading, and this was formerly a library book, so I picked it up for $3. Always look through reused books options. At our local free store, I picked up Race After Technology, which I promised Lorinda I will mail this to her after I finish reading it, so I've got to read it soon so I can get that to her. Yes, Know Your Revolutionary Role and Empathy Gap are so helpful. This one I also found at the free store: Accountability and White Anti-Racist Organizing Stories from Our Work. And this is a compilation of different stories of people who have been doing anti-racism work. I have not read this one yet, but I look forward to reading this one. So that is one that I look forward to. And also on my reading list is Teaching About Culture, Ethnicity, and Diversity. And I don't know that I'm ever actually going to read this one in full, but I find it interesting. And if there is somebody who actually would like to use this first or use it before me, let me know. I can mail the book to you, because this is probably going to be towards the bottom of my reading list, not towards the top. But I saw it and I thought it was an interesting thing, and I grabbed it since this was also at our free store. So different things that you can do. And speaking of free stores, I know like the Ohio chapter of Eager, I think they're doing a free store initiative today for their get together. And Joss here that you see in the comments section, she's with our Wisconsin crew, and they're going to be doing an online get together, I do believe, for the Wisconsin group that is open to all of Eager. And then we have our big national get together later on today, which is exciting. So we're going to have all of Eager come join in and do that. So if deconstructing and community building, and man, I have stuff all over me, is it? Yeah, I thought that's what they were doing. I couldn't remember because I don't have the graph is in my phone, and I didn't want to put you all on hold looking for that graphic. But yeah, that's exciting. And I know that there are other events that the Ohio crew does, because there's a lot of people in Ohio, so they can actually get together. And if you are in the Oklahoma area and you would like to join, please don't leave me as the only Oklahoma member. Join Eager. Deconstruct with us in a community. You're going to find a lot of white peopling in there on occasion. It's an imperfect space. It is not a safe space, but it is a great space to unlearn, to work through things, and to have people support you. So yes, Royal Star has a new book release with a class coming up. And as Sabrina put, she's off to Taz's Black History class. Those are two of our educators through Eager. Royal Star, also Kokai. You'll hear both if you follow Eager and you listen to their videos. Taz, Matthew Reynolds, those are the three main educators that work directly with Eager on a consistent basis. So Yes, brave space. It's not a safe space, but it is a brave space. It is a great space. It is a loving space. Oh yes, Desiree. Desiree is an educator as well. I forget about Desiree. I'm so sorry, Desiree, if you see this. You're a fantastic, lovely educator as well, and we love Desiree. So yeah, that's Eager. I strongly recommend that everybody, if you don't join Eager, there are local groups. Like Tulsa does have a local deconstructing group. It's just they're 3 bus transfers away, and that means that it's about a 3.5 hour journey to get there from my house, just to get there, and then roughly 3.5 hours to come home. So I don't have the ability to go to that one. But if you're looking for online, it's here. And I see my Eager people filtering out, so we're going to go ahead and call this a day on the live. Thank you everybody for joining. Have a beautiful rest of your day.